Welcome back to the Improvement Channel. On today's project, we're going to help out a neighbor with some shrubs that aren't sitting up straight in the flower bed. I've certainly had some of that with my shrubs, and I have done this to fix it. Also, I have the same thing going on with some trees out in front of my house that don't stand up straight, and here is my solution for that. I've got some number 6 rebar, 3/4 inch, which is about 19 millimeters, and I am welding these pieces here onto the table so I can bend this rebar around. The 3/4 inch rebar was pretty thick, and I thought I was going to warm it up with that yellow torch you see there on the table, and I just couldn't get enough heat into it fast enough. So what I started doing was welding onto it just to make the area hot and then bending it, which worked okay. Instead of the acetylene torches would probably work a lot better. This seemed to kind of weaken it in the joints, and I kind of had to come back and weld it back to reinforce it, but no big deal. The reason why we're making these bends in there is so that I'm not just driving a stake right into the tree ball. This is going to give me an opportunity to go about 19 centimeters or about 2 feet down into the ground. That's what you're looking at right there on that bend. All of that's going to go out to the ground. We're going to take a 90-degree bend toward the tree, and then we're going to take another 90-degree bend to go up behind the tree. Again, so that we're not just tapping right into where that root ball is. So I'll do that, and that'll make one leg, and then I'll make another piece as a support piece that will come off of the 90 that goes up behind the tree, and those will go back down into the ground as well. It'll all come together here in just a minute. So here's the latest piece of shop equipment, this prime torch that I have. This is a touchless torch. So I'll show you real quick here. We needed to get these cut to length. Again, this is 3/4 inch material, and all we're doing is cutting that with compressed air and electricity. So that's a 240 volt system. And as you can see, it chops right through the rebar, no problem. Here we are on the job site, getting everything unloaded, and see, now you can see the 3 prongs that are going to go down into the ground. And these were in a flower bed, so I had to kind of draw them out and make them custom. A buddy of mine I got this idea from, Jim Banks. He had made those pre-formed, but they wouldn't fit in an area like this, and most of those were like either 1/2 inch or 5/8 rebar, and this is one size up from that, 3/4, just because these trees are kind of tall. You can't really see it now that the tree's not standing up that straight, but when the wind blows it around, it rocks around like crazy. So I'm getting that all pushed down into the ground, the 3 prongs 2 feet in the ground, and then we'll come back and tie the tree up. And I went ahead and even sprayed the rebar green so that it didn't rust as fast and kind of blended into the look of the tree. So here's where I figure out if you'll take the mini sledge and put some weight on it, it pushes down into the soil pretty good. And I would imagine trying to pull this back out would be very difficult at 2 feet deep with 3 prongs down in the ground. And of course, that's the idea. This one was actually one of the more difficult ones just because the flower bed was so small right there. That's the one I had to really make the most custom and be real careful when I was building it so that it fit. But everything fit perfect. Here we go. Everything is straight. The next day, after like that evening, had this big windstorm and everything stayed straight. So everything worked awesome. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.